You did it. You actually gathered all these people for the protest, Martinez says excitedly.
I mean, yeah, someone had to start this protest. Everyone has to know that the president's economic decisions will destroy America. So he protested all the way to Stanton Park, which is in Washington, D.C., says Mark Watney.
Okay, but I do have one question for you. What is the other reason why you want to do this? Says Martinez.
Well, I was on Mars over a year, and when I came back, you caught me up with who won the presidential election and how bad the president is. And I want to do something useful for the amount of days I have on this planet, says Mark Watney.
See, now I fully understand. If I was stuck on Mars for a past year, I'd go crazy, but also be in your shoes too. You're a good man, Mark Watney. A good man. Also, smart idea to plan shelter, food, water, and other supplies ahead of time, says Martinez.
Yeah, I had to do it because all these people are my responsibility. Actually, they're our responsibility because you are with me on this, says Mark Watney.
Okay, but do you think the government is going to be on our side on this? Martinez questions.
I don't know, but hopefully we get enough people to be on our side and making it convincing for the government to be on our side, says Mark Watney.
A few college students were working full time jobs at a business and were getting paid at minimum wage. It was not enough for them to pay their homes and their living costs. On top of this, the new president refused to raise the federal minimum wage. The college students named Barry, Oliver, and Cara decided to protest for raising the federal minimum wage. They all worked in the same factory and got paid the same rate, so that's why they're doing this together. They were also buddies in college. They started on most of the popular social media platforms such as Twitter and Facebook about Trump not raising the minimum wage. People know about our protests and encourage them to join. We also found an organization called the Labor Center, and they decided to help us get the word out to people and support our cause. Our protest is taking place in Washington, D.C. on June 1st, 2017. It is humid with hot temperatures. The minimum amount of people we are having that will stay at the site is about 1,500 people, and the maximum of supporters for daily actions is unknown. The people we are gathering are regular people outside of Washington and residents of Washington, D.C. The vehicles they are using to get to the protests are buses, personal cars, and people will even walk. The place that we are protesting on is in Stanton Park in Washington, D.C. We will use our phones to give us communication around the world and to get outside support. Our task has several medical tents and awnings since it's in the summer and it's going to be hot. We are having awnings to shade our protesters. Now, if you could stand up, look at the poster that says, "How can we supply heat to the people in our TAS?" That will help you understand what I'm saying. For this part, look at the poster that has a question saying, "How can we supply food to the people in our TAS?" as you are listening to this. We have plenty of ways to supply our protest site with food. People volunteering will run a food distribution for those who can't afford to buy food, or those who didn't bring their own. We created donation stations for food donated by the people because they support our cause. We also called in food trucks to bring us food and gave them a specific time and place to sell their food. People can also be prepared with food, like buying their own food before the process starts. We are in a park that is around local businesses, so we can just buy food and water from there as well. We can make our food last longer by keeping it in places that are no hotter than 70 degrees or cooler than 40 degrees. We are not actually going to supply heat to our task. Instead, we are preventing people from getting overheated by the heat because it will be 80 degrees on an average day. To do that, we are using shade tents. Another way for cooling down from heat is keeping people hydrated by drinking water. We are in Washington, D.C. during the summer, and so our protesters are going to be wearing light colored clothing. If there is no more room under the shade tents, we will be bringing misting fans.